Here's the thing, fast food is everywhere, and I get it. It's convenient, it's easy, sometimes it's more cost effective than actually buying the ingredients and making it yourself. And if you're somebody who is on the go, a traveler, or even a busy mom, you know, I get the frustration. You need something to eat and you need it now, or you're feeding other people who get hangry and they need food now as well. So here's the thing, it's not going away. And sometimes it is a tool that we need to use because it's always better to eat than it is to starve yourself. So let's break it down and talk about what are good choices with fast food, how to navigate that world, and how to make sure that you're not making some of the common mistakes that a lot of people make when going to the fast food places and ordering. All right, before we get into that, let's talk about why is fast food even an issue? I'm sure you've heard a lot of people say fast food is bad, but why exactly? Here's the easy answer. It's not the food itself that's bad, it's how it's actually prepared, right? So think about burgers. If you're going to a burger joint, a lot of times those meats are not gonna be your leaner meats. Sometimes they're artificial meat, or sometimes they're pieces of meat that are kind of all packaged together to make one patty. So it's not being able to control what types of grade of food and how the food is actually cooked. Is it being processed and put into a bunch of oil? Is it being fried? What are they putting in it to preserve it? Think about that chicken nugget that's been in your back seat, or that McDonald's French fry that's been in your back seat for the last maybe 3 months. Chances are it still looks the same. Probably not the best thing that we want to put in our bodies, and we really can't expect to get nutrients out of that. Not all fast foods are created equal. So here's how you can prioritize what places are going to move up on the list versus move down. Think of things where you can actually build your own type of bowls, burritos, things like that. So places like Chipotle, where you can pick a protein, control the amount of carb that they're putting in and on your plate. You can pick veggies. You can control what goes in that bowl or in that salad. You can turn it into a burrito. You have control. That's gonna be more at the top of the list of where are places that you're gonna want to eat, because at the end of the day, you get to say how much and what goes into that item. If you think about places like maybe a Burger King or McDonald's, those are gonna be more towards the bottom of the list. It doesn't mean that we never are gonna eat there. If we go somewhere and the only thing available to us is a McDonald's, then of course we would rather eat sometimes than not eat, and there are decisions and healthy things we can order there, but that's always gonna be more towards the bottom because you can't control how they make the patty, you can't control how they're making the chicken sandwich. That's already kind of predetermined and made. Same thing falls for like pizza places, unless you're going to build your own type of pizza place. So at the top of the list, we're gonna have places like Chipotle, or even sushi poke bowls, or even a sushi restaurant, even a grocery store. A lot of people forget about grocery stores. Those are everywhere. There's nothing stopping you from going into a grocery store, purchasing a rotisserie chicken, and maybe an apple or a side of fruit that you can take and eat in the car on the way. Moving that up to the top of the list. Moving back down to the bottom would be places like smoothie places. And these are really hard because they've been associated with being healthy. The problem is the size of the cup is so large, and the amount of fruit that they're using in those smoothies makes it usually anywhere from an 800 to 1,000 calorie drink, filled with a lot of sugar and kind of takes your whole calorie count for majority of your day. Since fast food is everywhere and it is readily available, it's not going anywhere, here are some things that you can substitute at almost any place to make better choices. So the first thing is gonna be always go for something that is grilled over fried. So if you are at a restaurant and you are ordering something at like a Chick-fil-A, which is also another good option, you can always do grilled chicken tenders as opposed to fried chicken tenders. So first things first, always go for the grilled over the actual fried. Second thing is, if you know that you're ordering something that is going to be a bowl that you can't control, right? Maybe you're ordering a bowl from like El Pollo Loco or a bowl from, Chipotle. You can always opt to take things out of the bowl to make it a healthier choice. Things like skipping the sour cream or going light on the cheese or even asking to add double protein. Anytime you're at a fast food restaurant, most of the portion sizes are going to be fairly large in the unhealthy items. They're gonna give you a massive scoop of rice, but then a tiny scoop of protein. So you can always ask to double your protein and choose those proteins that are grilled. That's gonna help ensure that you get the protein count that you need throughout the day. You can also opt to ask for things at any type of restaurant. You can just ask the waitress, what are your proteins that you guys have and what are your carbs? They're going to give you those items. Ask them to build you a separate plate. You don't have to order off of a menu. Ask them to put it on the side. Opting for things, if you're watching and wanting to reduce your fat count, you can ask for white meat as opposed to dark meat. You can also skip a tortilla or a wrap and turn it into a bowl. Fill that bowl with lettuce. You can also ask them to cut the carb serving down. So if you're ordering something at maybe a Panda Express, which is also a really great place for you to be able to go and pick healthier options, because you can do like a grilled chicken or you can even do like a Kung Pao chicken. Again, not the best scenario. You'll definitely do better eating your own cooked meal at home, but if you need food, this is an option. You can ask them to give you half a serving of rice. That's more than plenty. At the end of the day, there are so many tips and strategies that are really easy to follow to help you be super successful at not derailing your goals when you have to eat out and you don't have a choice. I could talk about this all day long. I love talking about these types of topics, how to help people ordering off of menus and creating these lists of foods that they can go to. So if you need help with that, please reach out. We are more than happy to help you get your nutrition on point if you're someone who's constantly traveling or you need help with fast food options. If there's any specific restaurant or topic that you have questions on, feel free to leave a comment below and we would love to discuss it in maybe a next video.